Look inside the rig and see what it looks like in there.
Sure.
So this is the business end of the truck, the operating room. There's a lot of gauges there, and you just learn all this stuff.
Right. There's all those gauges are in a car, but they're mostly dummy lights. These all have actual gauges, and there's a few gauges that a car wouldn't have, like the turbo and the turbo pressure and the transmission temperature and things like that. And not all trucks have that many gauges. Some have quite fewer.
Okay. Let me look out what you're seeing. So this would be about where you would be sitting. There's the front end of the truck. So somebody walks in front of you, you don't see them.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well, this is the operating room. Let's take a look at the recovery room. So this is a huge sleeper.
This is a conversion sleeper. Just like a Ford or Chevy van would go down and have a conversion job done, they take a Peterbilt and they take the factory sleeper off and put a conversion sleeper on it. And this is one of the larger ones. That's why I bought it, because it's huge. And the kind of work I do, I don't have to worry about weight. Most trucks are small because of the weight. They have only a limited amount of cargo or poundage. They can haul 80,000 pounds, and the heavier the truck is, the less the cargo.
Right.
So, but what I do is not weight restricted. I mean, I haul light things, so I can afford the weight in the truck, the extra weight of the truck. But yeah, most trucks, a factory sleeper would come back about right to here, and there would be a bed, a mattress about right in here, and this is the back wall, and that's outside. And there'd be cabinets up above, and a few cabinets on the side, and maybe a TV on the side, you know, or you put your own TV, a TV shelf. This one, instead of a 60 or 70 inch sleeper, this is 132 inches, which is 11 feet.
Wow.
So all the way back to here is 11 feet, and then this is just a fin.
Mm-hmm.
But this is one of the nice ones. This is what I've worked up to for all these years, and this is what I've worked to get.
Mm-hmm.
So, and hard work paid off finally.
Right. And you would say, but because of the cost to operate it, it wouldn't be practical as an RV.
Right. Well, if you got money.
If you got money. Right. If you got money, anything you can make an RV.
Actually, surprisingly, the way just bobtail like this, I get 9 miles a gallon out of this.
Really?
And it's not an aerodynamic truck. If it was an aerodynamic truck, I've heard of guys hitting 12 and 13.
Really?
Just bobtail.
Bobtail.
Okay. Now, when you put a trailer on it, the more wind resistant, more weight, the mileage comes down. When you put cargo in the trailer, much less. Trucks used to get only about 5 miles a gallon. Most trucks get 6.5, 7 now. Okay. But yeah, this is the kind of work I do. I do quite a bit of bobtailing, you know, from point A to point B, and that's why I got to know how much the bobtail fuel mileage is. But yeah, I can touch 10 or 9. I can touch 9 miles a gallon on this. When I'm pulling my trailers, it's more like 7 with this truck. 7.5 maybe on a with the winds behind you.
But there's a lot of RVs getting 7.
Right. This probably gets better than some diesel pushers.
Right. So let's take a look inside.
All right. Well, step up this way. There's steps on both sides. There's a grab handle on this side, so that's why I come up this way. And you step in.
And if you had a trailer on, you probably couldn't step in.
You could. You still come in that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Most trucks don't have the back door. The big sleeper trucks. This is the big conversion fancy truck. So
it's huge.
Most people are really shocked when they get inside. So yeah, it's
oh man, you got a full kitchen?
Yeah, I got burner off the generator. It's electric. There's no propane. They don't put propane in trucks, mainly because this truck, they don't know where the truck's going to go. It might be going to a chemical factory, and they don't want a propane in a chemical factory. They don't want a burner. So it's all electric. Got a generator, a 7,500 watt Onan generator, which runs off the diesel that's in the tanks for the truck. And I don't have to worry about noise too much because I'm in a noisy truck stop. So I start the generator whenever I want, and I cook. I've got, like I said, burner. Got the microwave convection oven, okay, and a full refrigerator with ice cream. Gotta have
ice cream.
And then a refrigerator down here with your normal refrigerator stuff. And then here's your kitchen, just like at home, just like in a house.
Literally like in a house.
Yeah, just like that. Some pots and pans, and the junk drawer down the bottom. It's electronic stuff and whatnot. Just junk drawer. Everybody's got to have a junk drawer. And this is just like a pantry. I got a few things in there. I got my printer up here. I might have to print some stuff off on my computer, and just other stuff, potatoes and whatnot. And then this is another pantry up here. Or you can put whatever you want in them.
Right, sure.
But you know, your food. And then on this side, you got the same size drawers, but I use them for different things. I got DVDs, my shaving kit. You know, this is my socks and underwear. Don't look in there. And this is pants and shorts, and there's my jeans. This cabinet over here is where I put my short sleeve summer shirts. Okay. And then over here are my winter shirts. I've got a coat stuffed in here right now. And then down here is just regular storage. I get just whatever. I've got an inverter here that I'm going to install, and some filters for oil changes and whatnot. I got windshield wiper. I've got drills, just tools and things like that.
Yeah,
you can put whatever you want, whichever. This is where I put my stuff.
We all have a certain amount of these weird things we carry.
The best thing about this truck, right here, this is my pride and joy.
Oh my.
Trucks don't usually have these.
No.
The conversion trucks do.
So you got a shower. This is a wet bath.
It's a wet bath, just like most smaller Class B RVs.
Right. So you've got a full toilet, full shower.
Right. And the toilet goes into a cassette style. If everybody knows what that is in the RV world, they have your black tanks. This has a black cassette. So instead of having to pull up to an RV dumping station, I can just grab the cassette, walk over to a dump, because trucks are hard to maneuver sometimes.
Right.
So that makes it easy for that.
Wow.
So then, when I get ready to go to bed, I pull this and this, and pull that. Click, and down we go.
Wow.
And that's it.
That was easy.
I'm going to bed. I got
nice
up.
Big bed.
I got up. I'm done. Oh, first thing in the morning, click. Put the pillow. Put the cushions. And I'm done.
And you're off. And time's money on the road. So
yeah,
that just saved you time and money.
The faster you do that, the faster you can get to the coffee.
Right.
Anyway, underneath here, this is your water tank, just like an RV. 30 gallons of fresh water.
Mm-hmm.
And then on this side, this is your electronics and whatnot. This is where this is the hot water tank. This is the battery charger. This is an inverter. This is a fuse panel. There's a water pump back there. Behind this drawer is a household fuse box, fuse panel with circuit breakers, just like in your house. When the generator's running, it runs off. Those are the circuit fuses. When you're driving down the road, the 12 volt is up in the cab under the dash. And that's where those fuses are, just like on a car. So
you have a big house battery that you can use if you need to.
No
house battery as such.
Trucks aren't really designed to be RVs, to go park somewhere for months and months and months. If you wanted to, you could add solar. Well, I don't. You could add house batteries. But this truck has 4 starter batteries that are on the step that you stepped on when you looked in the cab.
Mm-hmm.
When you stepped up on that step, that's the battery box. And there's 4 starter batteries. I think they're class 31s, or I think class 31 starter batteries. Anyway, they start the engine and everything, and for what little bit of time you spend in the evening, you drive all day, you pull in, watch TV, those batteries are good enough. By the next morning, they come down a little bit, but it still starts the main engine. So I don't have the deep cycle batteries. You can add them, you can put that in there if you'd like. You can put solar on if you'd like. I don't need that for the way I'm operating it right now. I don't need that. But if I changed a little bit, I could always add it.
Right.
Always add it. And then, when the generator's running, you got the air conditioning. This is just an RV air conditioner, and they put that on. That's from the factory. Everything in here is from the factory. And then when you're driving down the road, you have the air conditioner on the dash, just like a car, truck, whatever. But they also have an air conditioner back here that runs, there's the vents, and here's the thermostat. Mm-hmm. So it runs all that, and while you're going down the highway, this air conditioner keeps the sleeper cool, and the cab keeps the cab cool. When you stop, you close these curtains. This works really good in the summer or winter when it's really extreme. Oh, look at that. You close this off. For one, nobody can see you when you're undressing and getting ready to go to bed.
Right.
But also, it's a heat shield. It's thick blackout, and it's actually double thick. And it keeps a lot of the heat. When it's really cold outside, I was in Colorado last month. It was 10 degrees. Freezing cold. And I was toasty as a bug back here.
Right.
Yeah, but you keep these closed. Because if you leave these open, the windows.
Yeah.
So it got cold up there, but it was toasty warm back here, So anyway, that's, I know almost all trucks have these, but, another thing, the factory sleeper. If I was sitting in a factory sleeper, I would be about right here sitting on the bed, and it comes back to about right here. Bob, you're outside. Did you know that?
Yeah, I would be.
Here's where the back wall would be. So,
right.
So from here back is all the bigger sleeper version. So
it's gigantic. I could live comfortably in here forever.
Right. Yeah, and that's an option I've been looking into. I'm still researching it, but I know you can do it. I know it can be done changing the registration of this. You take the fifth wheel off. If you take the fifth wheel off, you can register this as an RV. I'm having trouble trying to find good insurance because it's a Class 8 truck, which is, the big trucks. Nobody wants to insure them because, well, they will, but it's very expensive.
Even for private?
Private, yes. And I haven't found the right one. I'm still looking. I will eventually find it because I know it can be done. But I've actually considered this. Don't know if I'll do it or not. I've got my house.
Right.
Take the fifth wheel off and put a drone box. It's just a small U-Haul van or U-Haul box. Set it on the back, and that's my garage. Place to put a motorcycle or a scooter or a smart car if you wanted to.
Right. And
have ramps, or they have a lift. There's a company that sells or makes toter trucks out of semis. That's another option. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with the truck. But I think the limiting factor on me on this would probably be the expense of the insurance, because you can go get a van like yours or a small RV, and the insurance is just piddly nothing.
Right.
Just to give you an idea, when I owned my company, I had the truck insurance, the trailer insurance, the cargo insurance, the liability insurance, collision insurance, all the insurance, $17,000 a year.
Wow.
One truck. That's just the insurance.
Right.
The amount of fuel I burn in 2015, I think I burned $68,000 worth of fuel.
Wow.
One truck. And a reefer. Yeah, a reefer trailer. It's a refrigerated trailer for people that don't know. Not a reefer.
No.
But yeah, a reefer
so you
trailer.
were in the ballpark of $100,000 for fuel and insurance.
Right.
So there goes a lot of the money that's coming in.
Right. And then you have the truck payment and the trailer payment. Well, the trailer was paid off, but yeah, there's a lot of money to be made, and there's a lot of cost involved too. And if you want to run the business and do that, just for the regular person who wants to go out and make a living, you can make a ton of money. But you got to work at it, of course.
Right.
But if you want to slow down and say, I just want to see the country, let them buy the fuel. You go drive the truck and you get to see the country. And if you want to stop and see something, granted, you can't take the truck down to Yankee Park and watch the Yankees. Okay, you can't. You'll have to maybe take a car in there. Municipalities don't like trucks for some reason. We bring them all the cargo and all the freight and everything, but for some reason they don't like us to hang around afterwards. Mm-hmm. So it's no truck zone now, and a lot of it is the trucks are heavy. and the roads might not be built good enough. The bridges might not be good. So they have a lot of limitations in that way. But as far as just seeing the country, if all you want to do is drive down the road and see the mountains go by and look at see how beautiful this country is, this is a perfect way to do it. As a business, just to work. If you want to work full time, it's an option. But if you want to RV and camp, you can slow down and work a little bit, play a little bit. Work a little bit, play a little bit. You might work 3 months, take a month off. Might work 9 months, take 3 months off. Whatever you want to do. It's all how well you manage your money. If you manage your money well, you can take a lot of time off. If you blow your money, like I did, you have to work all the time. So sky's the limit, I guess, is what you could say.
Wow, yeah, that's amazing.
So.
Well, Stan, thank you so much for sharing your home and your life experience with us, the ups and the downs of it, and that's blowing all the money and having to work even longer.
Yeah.
And I just really appreciate it. I think there are a lot of people out there have gotten a lot of really good ideas about what is an option for them.
I hope so.
I think you've opened some eyes and maybe enlightened some folks.
It's an option. It's RVing with a twist.
With a twist. Yes.
There you go.
Big twist. Big twist.
Yeah, big 80,000-pound twist.
Okay, thank you so much, Stan.
You bet.
Folks, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this video, learned something, and enjoyed this gorgeous home that Stan has. And we'll talk to you later.